Oh, hey, Taco Bell. It's been a while. Also, I feel like my music is way too loud. It's for me, at least. Let me turn it down a bit. I also forgot to push some changes for my laptop, so I need to go get these. I've been good. Been busy. All right, let's commit these changes. These changes up. Okay, cool. Go ahead and put this back over here. I've started multi-streaming on YouTube now, and I'm actually kind of concerned that my bot isn't connecting to the chat, so I don't see the combined chat. I don't think I really get any viewers on the YouTube side, though, so it's not like a huge deal, but I don't want to miss them either. Let's grab that guy. I don't even remember the last time when you were in stream, so I don't know how much has changed. I can tell you for sure. Ooh, this is gonna super break, maybe, probably. Yeah, this is gonna super break now. So I need to clear out the save data. Just get rid of all that. I don't need it. No, I can say for certain that I know it's gonna be new to you just because I did this like last week. I got some UI now, which is kind of neat. That why did that break? Next item. Modification menu. Modification menu. What was that? What exactly was that error that popped up? Oh, don't need that. Line 32. Oh, yeah, that'll that'll do it. Active weapon equals. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's close that. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to remember where it's been a few days since I think the last time I worked on this was Saturday, so it's been like 4 days. So I'm trying to remember where I was at and what is broken right now. Cause yeah, for starters, let's go ahead and Oh wait, that box is up here now. Let me just loot a couple things. So you'll see like I've got all of the weapon components, or all the weapons are now broken in down into small components, so you can do weapon modifications. Oh shoot, I didn't save. So if I grab that, save. Let me just grab a bunch of random parts. Oh yeah, I need to fix that because I don't want it scrolling left and right. I need one of those. Let's take more ammo. I don't want that stuff. I don't need another gun. I'm just trying to get it to spawn in a bunch of components now. Oh, there's a different stock. That's cool. Oh, come on, give me the last like piece. There's such a better way for me to do this instead of just resetting over and over again, but we're doing it this way. Yeah, it's I'm gonna have to manually go in and give me this last piece. Come on. There we go. So the newest thing that I literally just got done doing last week is you'll see, so these two guys right here are the actual guns. Everything else are like components. So you'll see what parts these guns are missing, and I can't equip them. And you go over to this bench that'll be redrawn eventually. And you can see now, here's my gun. I can go in and I can attach parts to it. And then now I can go into the inventory, I can equip it, and now I have a functioning gun. And then you'll notice too, if I go back, like I have a lighter colored stock on here. If I go, oh, the only thing is I have to unequip the guns right now for it to appear, which is whatever. So grab that gun. You'll see if I go in here, go into the stock, and I grab this darker one and re-equip it, you'll now see it has a darker stock. So like all the guns are all completely, yeah, they're all completely moddable. I shouldn't say all the guns. Some of the guns will have limited parts that they can be attached to them. But if I go into this guy, for example, and I attach a barrel, I'll give it a magazine, won't have a handguard, won't have a grip. You'll see when I highlight over this that it's still missing a handguard and grip. And then this specific gun, if I unequip it and go over here, some of the parts aren't always required to be used. So this gun, for example, I can pop the stock off and I can still equip it. And these all eventually change the stats. I don't have stats for them yet. It's been more getting the system working, which comes to basically what I was going to be working on today, which is going through all these sprites and tearing them apart, because I still have if I go into the weapons, you'll see, for example, I've got there you go. You'll see this one that's been torn apart. This guy's also been torn apart, but if I pull up like this gun, it's still a full gun. So basically what I'm doing for the time being is now tearing apart all these gun sprites, so that way I can fully implement them all into this system, and then I gotta make stats for them, and it's a lot of busy work. But we're very, very, very close to having a playable demo. So actually what I need to do is I need to back up all these sprites. Yeah, I started working on this on Saturday, and then I just got like didn't want to do it anymore, so I just stopped doing it. And I haven't had the motivation to come back and do it. But being on stream is gonna force me to do it now, because I've got a new schedule now that I have not updated down below yet. But basically, Tuesdays and Wednesdays I'm always gonna be streaming unless something weird comes up. But Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I'm always going to stream. And then Mondays and Thursdays, I'm basically going to alternate between the two. Like some weeks I'll do Monday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Other weeks I'll do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's literally just around my nerd schedule when I hang out at my local game store. All right, so if we got a desktop, I just need to create a new... I misspelled that, but whatever. It's gonna be under core items, weapons. Don't got it in there. There. Oops, I forgot the last one. That's fine. So wait, where FP5, FP7, where do those also exist? Rifles. I see. Okay. Those can be deleted out of there. Okay, so now those are all backed up. Ace, right? Because all I gotta do is I gotta get all these weapons torn apart, get all the stats made, so that way they can, and then they'll be ready for the demo. I need to make I need to build like the one playable level and actually build it out into like a level. So I'm gonna have a lot of assets that I gotta do for that, which is a lot of drawing. And then I gotta create the stats for all of the items, and then there's just like general items that I need to make. You know, like random junk and stuff like that. I gotta make that stuff and draw it and everything. But for the most part, I think all of the, I'd say 99% of the code that I need done for the vertical slice is done. It's really just content and art that I gotta do right now, which is nice. All right, so this is probably like close to the exact same stock as, because one thing I need to do too is there's a lot of modularity between stuff. Like if I go to the attachments, the stocks. Oh, so these aren't called just JK stocks. I'm gonna put it on itch. I'm not gonna bother with Steam quite yet. question is, do I want these stocks specific to the gun, or do I want them? Because I was planning on having some overlap. I gotta figure out the system to make that work, though, which is the annoying bit. But I think oh yeah, because this is I just didn't think about this gun, but whatever. We'll do it as is right now, and if I want to change it later, we can. So literally, all we're gonna do is grab that. You that in there. Trace that. Down one, drop that down one. And where, okay, items, attachments, stock, Sprite. LH, stock, standard, 01. And then we can delete that from this guy. That. Yeah, what you're seeing me do today is basically probably what I'm going to be doing the entire time. That out. Cool. We can come here, delete that off. That tiny magazine. Oops, there we go. Oh, that damn. Okay. Hard drive does not need to be plugged in. LH magazine stock. I'll probably end up renaming all this stuff later, but for the time being, they can just be these tied to the specific. That's fine. Next is the handguard. Yeah, no, it's an old external hard drive that's got the, I don't know how well you can, yeah, it's not gonna come at all. It's got the weird like micro USB, but like the really wide one, and the connection, the plug I'm using like sucks, and if I even bump my desk, it like disconnects. Shoot, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, I don't honestly, I don't even know why it's plugged in. I don't use it for anything for that exact reason, because I don't want to be using it and then it like disconnect and stuff get corrupted. What is this? A handguard? Yep, that's a handguard. H handguard stock one. Export that out. Delete this, and then you. Put this in the barrels. I'm remembering why I got sick of doing this, because this is such a tedious process. And now I can delete that, and I can reshape this to be the size of the gun. Save that out, and now when I go back to Godot, should be able to where are you in? Oh, okay, that maths. Oh, there, now it's a different sprite. Oh man, one down, a lot more to go. Honestly, okay, that has a little bit shorter of a barrel. That's really the only difference. Because I might be able to skip like all of this. Wish there was a way that I could open an external program. That's not what I thought it was going to do. Oh, dude, I don't even know. Okay, I was going to say, I don't know how I would work with one monitor as I'm about to, like, downgrade my system to one monitor. Because I got 3 monitors right now. But what I'm doing, when I get my new computer, I'm also getting a new monitor for it, and I'm replacing like my 3 separate monitors with just like one very large ultra wide. Oh yeah, this is so blurry. But there was a way that I could make it not do this. That doesn't do it. Okay, let's change that back. I thought there was a way that I could make this not get blurred, like keep its like set as no. Whatever. Okay. Something tells me that since they're all the same, I could actually probably like not even bother with, because the LH, the N4, and the N16 all I'm pretty sure are the exact same body. Now I'm wondering how big the... I need to look at my backups quick. So you had a longer barrel. So all of these actually, so how do I want to do this? Because now I'm thinking about it, this doesn't have to be the specifically the gun. This could just be a because what determines the gun is the stats. So like I'm now even thinking in the J case, for example. Nah, I might split it up still just because of the attachments. I'll change how they're named. And that's fine, but basically, okay, so basically what I can do though is come back in A sprite. You guys are already exported as PNG, so I don't need you anymore. Open file, N16. Literally the same thing. I can grab all of this stuff. This way, if I want to make changes to them in the future, I can literally just open up the file and make the change. I don't have to worry about like forgetting that they're all the same sprite and then accidentally changing them all. Yeah, because I mean, right now they're functionally identical, but it's fine. But that saves up. So that's all the automatic rifles done. Other guns I've got none. Pistols. I don't really know what I can do with the pistols all that much. Pull up my I just want to see what I had in my notes. I'm trying. I guess I could potentially do it in the future, but yeah, there's actually already slots for like, let me put it here. Let me open up this guy. I've already got slots for scopes and muzzles, and then the hand grips also have I go into the items or the attachments. The handguards also, I didn't mean to bring up the code, but they also have they have an option to put like foregrips and stuff on the handguards themselves. So way ahead of you. Okay, yeah, I think the pistols I'm not really gonna mess with too much customization right now. I think it's really only gonna be the assault rifles that are the big ones for the time being. Like the shotguns, like this guy's got parts, because you can definitely change the magazine and the stock on that. This one you're not gonna be able to do anything with. This one you're not gonna be able to do much with, outside of things being attached onto it, but like the physical stock isn't coming off. Yeah, nothing's coming off of that guy. Nothing's coming off of that guy. Nothing's coming off of this thing. So yeah, I actually only got like a handful of. This won't be bad. I just won't make every weapon modifiable at the start in the beta, alpha, whatever I'm gonna call it. Okay, so pistols not gonna do anything. Semi-automatic rifles already got you. Shotguns, I think you were the I think you're the only one that's actually getting ripped apart. Can I set? It'd be really cool. Hold on. Edit, editor settings. Vector image roster. Is a PMG a roster? Hold on. Is a PMG a roster or vector? I think it's a roster. Okay, yeah. So if I go in here, actually, so what I want is a sprite. I go here. Open in Explore. That doesn't help. Okay, hold on. There's definitely a way I can, now that I'm seeing this, there's definitely a way that I can just open straight to a sprite from the editor. And I want to do that now. A sprites, manage, browse local files. So if I grab this path and I go here, grab that guy, close. I close this out. Now if I open an external program, oh, it just opens an A sprite. All right, that's cool. That's really cool. All right, so this is a magazine. I even call this thing. Export that out, and then we can delete that, and then we just gotta grab the wonder how much this is gonna screw with the placement of the divot on the person, but that's a bridge we'll cross later. So I forget, are you you're doing game dev too, right? Like, you working on anything right now? Bunch of ants. I feel like there's this. Okay. I was gonna say, I feel like there's a story here now. Oh, see, the thumb is just funny. I was like concerned you had, like, I don't know, an issue with ants or something. Shoot, which one am I doing? Get this out of the way. The FP5, okay. Because I really wonder, I'm pretty sure all these magazines are going to be like interchangeable. 5_ magazine _ stock. Support. You. Busy work. Probably super entertaining to watch me go through all this. B5. Oh, this is the stock. And the grip, I don't know if I want to change. Why not? did I export that to? Oh no. I will be able to see. I forgot what I was doing. The grip. I don't know where I have no idea where that went. This again? Oh yeah, that's a grip. Duh, I'm in here. There's a few others that I gotta go back and change because like I'm gonna have a handful of like stock like grip, but like I might have 2 or 3 of them that are all functionally identical, the same stats and stuff, but like different colors or something like that to give people like a way to like customize what their gun looks like. So there's gonna be a lot of like duplicate items where the only difference is what the sprite looks like. I know why Sprite's asking me if I want to save those because they're technically not saved, and I want to turn off that option, but I shouldn't turn off the option just to keep myself safe from accidentally like not saving something. Okay, so I think the last one I got to do is this guy. And you'll have a grip, a stock, and a magazine. It's the magazine. Then we're gonna grab this guy. This is the grip. You're gonna get to see the fun of how I put all this stuff together too. Because it's a doozy. What did I say this was? That's a stock. Seven. Stock. Standard. One. All right. So now the fun part in all of this, how I actually construct, like in game, the fun of actually constructing this stuff. Which, oh, fun fact too, the saving also works. It still has all that stuff attached to it. There's a lot of people that are always like surprised when they see that I can also save that for some reason, but I think my bot for YouTube like stopped working. Oops, I need to check this. I'm gonna test something. It's weird that my YouTube bot is like not working. Oh, no, it is working. It just doesn't. Okay, before it used to have a message that said it connected. And it wasn't doing that anymore, so it concerned me. But there we go. It's that works. So basically, since I decided to multi-stream, that's why I have the chat thing up right here above me. Because now people can see, you know, the chat from both sides and stuff. And it's nice because I have this plugin on OBS where I can see my chat in OBS and it combines both of them just like what you see. So that way I don't have to flip between two to keep chat. I can just see it. But I was really concerned that wasn't working because I hadn't seen the bot like send the message that it connected in a while. I mean, I kind of hated that message popped up there, but so like they fixed it, but it would have been nice to know they did it. Okay, so anyway, as for how I'm actually drawing these things out, is if I go into my weapon component and I pull up the script, that didn't open in... Why did it open here? I mean, it's fine, but why did it open and then there? There it goes. Okay, so you'll see in here when I'm drawing the... So at first, when I... Oh, it's weapon mod menu. I need the weapon component. So when I equip the weapon, first thing it goes through and checks to see if these things are required, and if they are, and they're missing, it sets it to false, so I can't equip it. But you'll see through, it takes the weapon and grabs a position and then sets the position, and then when it draws the actual like attachments itself, it has to set an offset to make everything line up. So literally what I have to do is, let's start with the Let's start with the N16. So I will set the... Oh, it's called body. I will set this to the N16. And then on top of that, we'll now find a barrel. Reset the offset and the position. So basically what I'm doing here is I have to go on this gun and I got to find the offset that lines it up with where I want it to line up. In this case, it's going to be 9. And then the actual position of the barrel goes right there. So then I basically, so I now have to go, so I know the position for the barrel on the N16 is 6-0. So I grab that and then I open up the N16 resource and I go in here and on barrel position, drop that bad boy in. Then on top of it, that offset that I had here, I have to copy that, and then in a specific, we'll say like in my barrel, for example, there's an offset in here, and that's why I put it in there, and that's how it like draws everything. The annoying thing is I need to save all of this stuff. Like, I can't save all the stuff in here. I need to save it in this spreadsheet, because otherwise, oh, let me not dox myself here. Open up the right drive. So you'll see on this spreadsheet, I also have to add that column. Why did I not? Oh, no. Yeah, because basically what happens is I update this spreadsheet, and this spreadsheet handles everything. There's nothing in these two, but it handles literally everything. Because then in Godot, I got this little importer right here. And if I open up the that's not what I wanted. It'll go through here and basically sets everything in those resource files. So that way I can do like a bunch of updates, import one CSV, and it goes through and loads the correct files, makes any changes it needs to do, and then resaves it. But since this isn't well written, everything's hard coded, which is now going to be a huge pain, because I would really, 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 really like the stock position, for example, to be right here. Which is annoying, but yeah. So what's cool though is I can go through and change. So like, for example, if I wanted to name the JK74 like super awesome gun, I can save this. I can download it as a CSV. The weapons CSV. And then what I can do is go to my desktop here. Grab this bad boy. Go back into Godot. I can do this / weapons.csv. I tell it that it is weapons import. Successfully imports a bunch of things, but then you'll see if I go to the weapons and I check this guy, you'll see its name got updated to Super Awesome Gun. So it's a really cool tool, but it's also not well written, and I made it so early in the process that every time I make changes to it, it's going to be a nightmare. But once, this is probably the last time I actually have to make dramatic changes to it, because anything else I want to add in the future, I realistically could throw the end of the file. And honestly, if I wanted to make my life easy, I would just throw it at the end of the file. But I also need to figure out how I want to tackle it, because storing a vector2 in a CSV and parsing that is interesting. Especially because since it's a CSV, I can't go in here and be like, oh, it's going to be at position 90. Because if I put that comma in there, it's going to break the whole thing, because the comma's the delimiter. I'll probably put like a colon as a delimiter, and then I can literally just parse out and parse that out. I can put anything I want in there as a delimiter, but I'm going to have to put some sort of different delimiter in there besides the comma, so that way I can separate them out, but then put them all in one column, because I don't want to put them in two columns. Because actually what I'm curious about is, if I copy this, how does it paste into spreadsheet? That's not what I wanted it to do. It might not actually let me do that. Copy value. Yeah, I don't think it lets me copy these into an external, like Windows doesn't recognize it. Yeah, I can't do that. Interesting. Okay. That makes this significantly more annoying. Yeah, that makes that really annoying. But yeah, this isn't something I'm gonna do on stream though, because that's even more boring than what I'm already making you guys watch today. But this is essentially what's happening, because then now I'll go to the handguard, load. And it's the same thing. I'll set the offset to be 5 and 1.5. Is that actually how I have that gun? Doubt myself now. No, I think it's drop down. I think it's like, no, that doesn't look right. Oh, it's because I'm dropping too much. That's where it goes. Yeah, that's essentially how everything's crafted. Let's reset that, reset that, reset that. Save all scenes. Oh. So now it's a matter of, okay, so I got all the sprites ripped out and prepared. Push that. I'm gonna go ahead and do a PR for this. Yeah, it's that's why this is so tedious, which it's helped doing. I knew this would be easier to do on stream while I was talking because I'd be like distracted. But cool. Now I can go back to main. Whole origin. So, actually, there's one thing I wanted to do. On my laptop. I want to get VS Studio, like, working correctly. So actually, so what I need to do, let's make a new branch. Is code config. Because I'm running into this, I started using VS Code on my laptop and I realized I was running into this weird issue to where I need to add a gitignore, but I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm gonna have to look up how to do this because it's been a while. So basically what's happening is it's basically my app settings. Then now when I come here, so my settings.json here, what's happening is when I can run from Visual Studio, the game works fine. That's how I can use my debugging and stuff like that. The problem is this file, this path changes on my other laptop, so I need to add the gitignore so that way it doesn't, I can change it on this laptop and not keep pushing it up. And I'm surprised that the gitignore didn't take in account that. Ignore, where's my gitignore? There it is. I think what I can do is realistically, I can probably just do .vs or I could probably just ignore that whole file. So then what I do is come here. /vs code. .ignore. Push that. Yep, we're gonna push that up to there. Now you're not gonna be able to see what I'm doing down here because it's on my other laptop. So what I can do now is grab you, minimize you. Because I very much would like this to work correctly, and that way I can actually use VS Code to like its full potential. Because for the longest time, I was only using VS Code on my desktop, and I wasn't using it on my laptop. I don't know why. I think it's partially because I only had the one window, and I just never thought of it, but then I just decided I wanted to use VS Code. So if I change that, all right, so now I should be able to open Godot. Why is ammunition upset? What's going on in here? Oh, it's throwing me. Oh, that's cool. It throws the warnings up in here too. All right. Left my hat in my car. I wanted to put my hat on because it kind of pads the headset a little bit. Okay, so come on, VS Code, open up on my other laptop. There we go. Basically, all I need to do is make these changes on here, make sure the GDignore doesn't see them, which I'm sure it won't. Where's my GDignore? Okay, so it is in there. So now if I select Godot executable, grab that, reload. And I get rid of this path. Save that. I should be able to run it. Yeah. I do that all the time. Like I definitely do that a lot. Okay, so now okay, why is the GDignore not? The GDignore is not GDignoring, yeah. But I know why. It's because I'm trying to add it after the fact. So even though it's under the GDignore, the file has still been checked in. So it's being tracked. So I need to remember how to get it to quit tracking. Because since it's already tracking, it's going to ignore the GDignore. This is why we do it on a branch, so when I inevitably break things, I can fix it. I just wish... It sucks that you guys can't see what I'm doing. ls cd into projects. ls that cd into extraction game. Does it get ignore here? Nope. I got a cd one more time. Okay, so now we're in the... Oh, I found where that sprite saved. Get rm-r cached. Oops, I didn't do it. Get rm-r cached spelled correctly. Yeah, I found it saved into the root folder. I don't know how it saved into the root, but that's where it's saved. Okay, then git add dot all right, so this is gonna be dot. So this is gonna be 46-vs code big fixed get ignore commit push. Okay, so now, so my laptop is seeing no changes. Let's close out of everything. Let's fetch this. I should be able to open this. Okay, it's going to open up over in VS Code again. But did it a little too much, I think. Well, it definitely... What does that do on the... Am I on mate? No, I'm on. Compare. So okay, so I see what it did. Can I just get, if I can just get this running again? we'll do that. And actually, I don't even need to do it through here. I can do... That's not what I wanted. New folder. Called VS Code. And then I can, oops, add a file. Come on. Can you tell I do this like all the time? Oh, that didn't make a folder. There we go. It's not super often I'm having to mess with this stuff. Okay. So now when I open back up, go back up into my... GitHub. I just need to grab those files. Save that, and then settings.json. And we're back up and running. So then now if I, just for sanity's sake, if I hop back over to main, reopen this bad boy. So I want to make sure it's still there and everything's all good. Because if that's the case, we are golden. Cool. I think we can commit that. Cool. Let's get rid of that. Means we can come back over here to main, fetch, pull origin, put this over here too while we're talking. So if I come over here, load the code. Oh, I lost it. Probably because I of the pull. Which is that's kind of disappointing. Let's see if it broke in my laptop too. My laptop never wants to have Godot open correctly. Yep, nope, I completely broke it. That is a bummer. Okay, we'll have to roll back those changes then. Okay, so I forget how to. How do I do this? I don't think it all is broken. I think I just need to... So what I can do is grab that branch and I can go in here. This is launch.json. If I go into settings.json, yeah, so that runs. New branch, test branch. This isn't that hard. I don't understand why it's being difficult. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, I guess, is just dev notes, test note for config. Do that. Push that up. Probably right there. Just gotta test, because now I'm gonna pull that branch. I'm going to, and then merge it, and then re-pull it both of merge it into like master and re-pull it, and it should, everything should go. I just gotta put this launch in the annoying, but I don't remember what this launch stuff is. Yeah, I don't know where I got this, if it was generated for me or what happens, but my laptop don't want to turn on now. Hi, Hendrix. Hi, Jackson. All three of my cats are in here. There we go. Now I don't know what's going on with my laptop. It's an old laptop. It has its issues. I just like did a force boot and called it a day. Yes, it's still booting too. It's like I said, I think it's like it's like an 8 or 10-year-old laptop. I had it in college. It's running like a 970 like for starters, the graphics card is fried. This thing ran hot, so it doesn't surprise me. I think it just overheated the graphics card and killed it, but it's like a 970M or something like that. And then some like, I don't know, like maybe 5th gen i7. Like at the time, it was a pretty good laptop. Okay, well, we're waiting for that to boot. Yeah, it's old. But when I'm not, I'm working on, I work on Zomclave on this thing just as well as I do on my, granted, this computer's not much better. The computer I'm running on right now is got like a 1070 in it and like an 8th gen i5, which is why I'm getting ready to build a new computer. But it's strong enough that it could run Zomclave, so I'm able to do a lot of dev work on this. So what I'll do a lot, especially off stream, after the wife and I eat dinner, we've got a little table out in our living room where we usually eat dinner, but it's still in the living room because it's a big room. She'll go on the couch and like watch TV, and I'll just throw my laptop on the table and I'll just work from there. And then, oh god, this thing's still, it's like freaking out. Come on. There it goes. This thing was from this was from back in the day when, or no, this one was, I've owned two Alienware laptops. I had one at the start of college, and that one got stolen, but it was like the last one that that one was like one of the last ones that was like Alienware themselves were a company. And then this Alienware, when I got this laptop after my first laptop got stolen in college, because my parents were nice enough to replace it with basically the same one, but it was like 2 years later. But this was like one of the first ones that like Dell had a hold of, and this thing like sucked. Okay, now it's finally booting. It got caught up in something that, yeah, my parents weren't exactly thrilled that a almost $2,000 laptop got stolen, but my apartment got broken into. So they were sympathetic about it, and because they realized it wasn't me being dumb and like leaving it somewhere on campus or something like that and it gets stolen, like me and my roommate's apartment got like broken into and my laptop was stolen that way. So they weren't as mad about it. I mean, they were mad that the laptop got stolen, but they didn't like blame me for it, so they got me a new one. Especially because the laptop was my birthday present going into college that year, so I had it. So that's why they got me like a nice laptop, because normally because for what I needed for school, it was overkill. It literally was. They weren't oblivious to the fact that I was a gamer, so they bought me a laptop that was capable of playing video games while, you know, instead of just for schoolwork. Because this thing was horrendously overkill for school. Now my mouse ain't working. Nope. Nope, no, never mind. That's that mouse. Come on. Whatever happened when I closed this thing just now, it freaked out. There we go. I'm gonna laugh if Anxious Buddha decides to raid me, since he gets off stream in like 20 minutes, and I'm gonna be in the middle of this thing where I'm sitting here talking and working and stuff, but he can't see anything. What are you looking at? My cat was staring very intently out the window, and I thought something was out there. That branch I literally just created. But I definitely appreciate you hanging out while I'm doing boring stuff that you can't even see what I'm doing half the time. The problem is in order to do some more code work, I need to get this working, because I'm sick of doing this weird band-aid fix that I've been doing to get it. Because basically, I've been able to use VS Code on my laptop. I just haven't been able to use it as my debugger, because if I played through Godot instead of VS Code, it was fine. The problem is if I tried to run through VS Code is the issue. Because then it was wanting to change like the app settings and stuff, and it kept pushing back and forth, and it was just a whole thing. Okay, so now what I need to do is on this machine, I need to add a new folder. Not there. New folder. .VS Code. Add a file. It's going to be settings.json. and launch.json. And now if I go to GitHub on here, repull that stuff. Basically, I'm gonna merge this text file that I had into main, and then do fresh polls again. And as long as these files stuck around, I should be good. And I like, honestly, it's so rare that I have to deal with the Git like to this level that I just don't remember how a lot of it works. There's some people out there that are like Git gurus, but I guarantee like half the people on my team at work wouldn't even had been able, if I had asked them how to do this, they would have been like, I don't know how to do that offhand. Okay, so let's go back to this guy. If I go in here, VS codes, these files still are in here, so I can grab you. Go back to Godot, not Godot, VS Code. Launch, save that. Go back to settings. Grab this. Go back to VS Code. Go into my settings. Drop these guys. Save that. Try to run it. I'm surprised it's okay with that path. Why are you suddenly okay with that path? Whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the dev folder, go to the notes, test from other laptop, save that. That will get picked up by version control. Yep. Commit to test branch. Create pull request. Merge, confirm merge. Cool, we're good there. We close this bad boy out. Close this bad boy out. Close this guy out. My laptop's dying. Now if I go back to main, fetch, pull, close version control, open up Godot again. As long as this works, I'll be able to test it on this computer, and then we'll be back on this computer, and you can see what I'm doing again. Okay, those are still there. And I can run just fine. Cool. Close this out, close this out. Let's properly shut down this laptop now. Yeah, but what I'm more concerned about, like, randos coming in here and they just see me talking and blah blah and stuff like that, and nothing on my screen is changing at all. Though you'd think that if someone popped in and saw that happening, you'd think that they would say something. Or, like, I guess they would think something is up since, like, you're here actively talking, so, like... Alright, so we go back here. Let's get off test branch. Let's go to my main. Fetch this bad boy. Should be 3. Yep. Now, in a perfect world, should be able to open up Godot. And now when I open up a script. It'll open up VS Code. My VS Code folder is in fact still here, working and everything, and I should be able to run the code from here, and everything should be happy. Look at that. I even got a breakpoint inventory GD, so that means if I go in here and open... I don't know what that breakpoint is. We're going to find out. Inventory component GD. So you're going to be here. There we go. Oh, that must have been hanging on to an old one. Okay. Neat. I got all my tools like set up the way they wanted to do. This has been something that I've been wanting to do for like probably close to a month. And I just haven't done it because there's never been a good time to like figure out but we got my GDScript fix. Reasons why a good GDScript is good to set up from the beginning, because when you want to make changes to it, especially to existing files, it's obnoxious. In the future, if I were to want to make like another folder that would be ignored, I would add it to the GDScript first and then make the folder. So like this dev stuff right here, eventually I'm going to make a new folder called dev and add that to like the GDScript and everything. It's like all the GDScript is doing right now is, yeah, it's just the Godot and the VS Code. This honestly should have been, but whatever, we got it sorted out. On that note, I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick and get something to drink. So give me like 2 minutes and I'll be right back. That's fine. I'm probably gonna be done streaming around that time anyway. But yeah, give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get something to drink again. I lied, my water bottle was already full. That was nice. All right. Now that everything is back in a stable, or my version control is back in a stable situation, what do I want to work on next? I technically, actually, there is some code work I can do because I still need to, assign the stats. There's also a big refactor I want to do with just like the naming of some of these variables and like functions and stuff, because I've got things where I'm declaring these things public and private, even though Godot doesn't have access modifiers, but it's like a self-enforced thing. And then I've been ignoring it, because I think there's plenty of times where I go into the weapon component and reach straight in here when honestly I'd rather have a getter setter for that. I don't know if it's necessarily something I'm going to. It's something I'm going to try to enforce better, like in future scripts, but I don't know if going back and fixing some of these things seem like it might be an ordeal. So for starters, let's pull up. Let's pull my Google Drive again, because I need that. I might still have it open. Yeah, I do. Still got it open. Okay, so when I fire the weapon, create bullet at target. I shouldn't cover chat. Sorry. You didn't miss anything crazy. I just realized my water bottle still had water in it, so it was good. Because I had this mug was full of, actually still got a little bit in it. It's got some sparkling water in it, and then my water bottle has regular water. Voice crack there. Okay, so oh, the weapon. Okay, the weapon component is creating the bullet and sending that stuff over. Okay, so weapon.damage. So damage should actually be its own. So it's gonna be var damage int. Like I got fire weapon like all the way up here. So first, so when I equip the weapon, I gotta figure out where I do this. Passing an inventory item. First thing I do is loading it. Cool. Then I'm setting can equip to true, doing all the checks to see if it can be equipped. Then I'm checking if I have a weapon, I unequip it. Okay. Camera fix in placement. That is a thing that apparently is going to stay right there. So first thing. Bug note for a known bug. Missing ammo type, check save file. Weapons currently are not being created with this data. This was I don't think this is actually an issue anymore. But I'm gonna leave that in for now. So after we remove from the inventory, I'm setting my weapon to the weapon resource. Oh, yep, that's Jackson. Can you? Oh yeah, you can't see him. That one is Jackson. In fact, if I get out of your way, with my mic up, you might be able to see the other one. Actually, here, this is what I can do. Oh, not that. Grab the webcam. Pull him out. My other cat's chilling right here. I don't know where the last one is, but I do have. I've got a third one. Actually, since you pointed that out, I have to take a picture for my wife because she loves when Hendrix is sitting and stuff like that. Yeah, I got 3 cats. And they're all pestering me for dinner because they get their dinner's like an hour, so they think it's now. So naturally they're dying because dinner's not for another hour. Okay, so after you do that, I'm creating a new ammo inventory item. Oh, because I'm loading the... Okay. Yeah, this should be fixed, but we're going to leave that for now. Okay, so... down here is where I'm setting stats. So damage equals weapon dot damage. Yeah, these so Hendrix, the one down here, he is so dramatic and he will cry and cry and cry for like up to like upwards of like 2 hours before dinner because he wants food. The one you just saw in the window, he doesn't really pester you for food, but like if I were to get up right now, he would take off to the kitchen because he would think it's dinner time. And then our third one, she's not real, she doesn't really care. Half the time when it's dinner time and I feed all of them, the third one, she like won't even eat sometimes. She's stubborn and she eats on her own schedule. Okay, so I need an accuracy stat. I don't even know if I want these to be ints, but that's something that can be very easily changed later. Because what I'm going to go through is set everything, and then in here, when I have these things, I'll be able to go through and change their stats. Because I'll be able to change these base stats. Where did I declare these guys there? I'm just going to declare all these instead of going up and down. Recoil, ergonomics. Sounds. Very weird noise. So I get probably my window open. Sound. And rate of fire, I think I've already taken care of. Fire. Firing mode. I realize I don't have a range. Because Because I'm gonna have the range dictate like how there's a couple ways that I've thought about going about the range. One of them was gonna be like I would determine the range of the gun would be how zoomed out or zoomed in the camera is on the player. So if you've got a small like short range weapon, the camera's gonna be zoomed in real close. And if you have a longer range weapon, it would come out farther. The other one that I've thought about was also having a the little, because when I actually get the assets for it drawn, the mouse is not going to be visible on screen. It's going to be like little crosshairs, and the crosshairs will be better or worse depending on if you have sights and stuff on the gun. But I also was debating on making the range be how far away the sprite can go. So like if you move your mouse too far, like the sprite will move away from the character, but then it'll get to a point where it just stops. So then you can't, if you're trying to shoot something too far away, it won't, you're going to be doing more of a guessing game. So that's kind of an idea that I was toying with. And then the other one was I was potentially going to have the range be like the amount of time that the bullet actually flies through the air before it drops off. But that one seemed like that was the one that I was least excited about. So yeah, it's kind of, I'm torn between fixed camera with a limit of how far the cursor sprite can be drawn from the body, or the gun itself being, the range of the gun being how far the gun like zooms in towards and away from the character. I think I'm gonna start with having it be like the camera zoom, because I like the idea of that. Hi, Jackson. But those are the two ideas there. Those are the two things I'm toying with. Oh, what, the range of the gun determines how far the camera zoomed in? What scares me about that though is, I guess this would toy is the fact that like you could be getting shot like and not have, because the problem is I feel like it's turning the range of your gun essentially into your line of sight. So my only reservation about it is the fact that like think about in real life, whether you have a sniper rifle or a pistol, that doesn't change how far you can physically see. So like that's my only reservation, and I kind of have to toy with, I'm going to toy with the two of them and see what it's like. But my reservations with the other one, with as you move your mouse away, like the crosshairs will move away from the character, but eventually have a fixed length where even if you keep moving your mouse, it's gonna stay. I don't know how to code it. I'm sure it's not hard, but I don't know how to do it offhand. But yeah, those are basically the two ideas, and I'm gonna try them both once I get to it. But like the one I really, really do like is zooming in and zooming out based off of the gun you have equipped. I'm just concerned. It's because the other concern is I feel like it's going to arbitrarily make longer range guns the better gun, I feel like, purely just because of being able to line of sight. And I don't want to make pistols like pointless to use just because they're so shrunken. So I don't know. Yeah, that's my biggest problem, is I feel it's gonna make certain guns better or worse just because of how much you can see. And I feel like sight is so important. But at the same time, I also feel like I'm sure I could. I'm sure I can find ways to balance it, but I want to try that one first because that one's the one I think is the coolest idea. And we'll just have to see how it like pans out. Oh, come on. There we go. So the caliber is going to go right after the firing mode. I do. This right here is a big reason why why I'm switching to VS Code, because the documentation is so helpful. Or how it's able to pull up documentation is so helpful, because I can actually declare like what this stuff is. Because what was I doing the other day? Never mind, I haven't actually implemented it yet, but there's ways that it's going to make, like, the documentation is going to make my life so much easier that it pulls up like this. And the fact that I can self-document. Because I think, let me pull up Discord here and see what I did. It doesn't show off progress. Okay, yeah, so like over here, this fire mode, where right now you can see it's an enum that has this and this. If I go into my globals, I get this fire mode. If I come in here and I go, this determines the type of this determines how the gun shoots, or something like that. Now when I go back over here, since I declared that, it now just shows this determines how the gun shoots. So I can like self-document so much of my code, which is going to make my life so much easier. So weapon range, I don't even have. So I can probably put that after firing mode, which is fine. There, now I'm going to put it there. Grab all this. We'll drop it at the bottom there. Okay, so now that we have all these things set, I can come back down here. Damage accuracy. Recoil. Ergonomics equal weapon. Ergonomics. Sound equals weapon dot sound. Because I think even if I highlight over the, oh nope, I haven't declared what that does in here either. But there's a few bits and bobs where I have already done this like self documentation. Wonder. check something. Oh no, he is still live. Okay. I need to catch up. You've had a really bad brainworm lately. Really want to make a neural network and make something evolve, but I need to focus on other stuff. That does sound cool. I've toyed with the idea of, like, I've wanted to mess around with stuff like that. Because I have all these ideas and stuff, even just for, like, for other personal projects that are outside of game dev that I want to, like, dive into and learn how to do some stuff. But the problem is time. I can't afford all the time it takes because I'm working on this, and if I do other projects, that takes time away from like this and other things, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole ordeal. I did not want to full screen that. Okay, so then what am I missing from here that I added? Weapon range. There you are. Damage, accuracy, recoil, ergonomics, sound, oh, who is
Anxious
it?
Buddha Games just rated with
Chris.
7 viewers.
Oh, Chris, you want to see something cool? It's so minute and so like and easy to do, and honestly, I am sure it's not hard to like do it all, and probably not like this groundbreaking, but it was really neat that I figured out how to do it. I have this set up now to where down in my file. In my files, all these PNGs, if I go in here now and I right click a PNG and I go down here to open an external program, I have Godot set up that it immediately opens it up in Sprite. I was like, that's so cool. Like, it was one of those, like, today when I was flipping between both things, and I was like, God, I was like, and I saw the open in external programs. It kept opening in, yeah, it's super easy to do, but it kept opening in my like image viewer, right? And I was like, I bet there's a way to change what the default, what that default external program is. If you go into your editor and your editor settings and go to external programs, if you change the roster image editor to the executable of Sprite, when you do the right click and do external, it'll go to whatever you put in here. Which is super cool because that means now like I can set up, yeah, so like eventually I'm going to set up like the 3D model editor to open just Blender, so that way I can just, you know, so when I save just the FBXs in here, this can probably go to like Krita or whatever software I'm going to end up using, and then this can go to like probably LMMS is the audio editor I'm using, that or like, but I don't know. But yeah, if you go into editor, external programs, you can change these external paths. And then the other thing I was talking about that was cool, one of the reasons why I was switching back over to using VS Code is stuff like this self-documentation where I can highlight over this enum I declared, and you can see up in the little box that pops up, it shows like some of the values that are in there, and then this determines how the gun shoots is something that I put in there when I was showing it off later. So like there's going to be a lot of like self-documentation I do in my code to make that stuff super handy, because the project has gotten so big that I can't remember what half of what I wrote does anymore because it's so old and I don't touch it very often. So some of this documentation should make my life easier. So yeah, I mean, this right here, so like my core folder basically has like all of my scripts, and I mean there's this many folders in here alone, and then I have like my auto loads, I have character stuff, which I wish I didn't see these imports, but it's fine. the common scripts. There's a lot of things in here. Like my project has gotten massive. So yeah, the documentation is definitely going to help a lot. Just so when I'm working with an object, I don't have to go and open the object if I don't remember what a thing does. So what was I doing? Oh yeah. So after ergonomics is sound. Yeah, documentation is really nice. I mean, I don't even know how I would function at work if we didn't have as good of documentation as we did, because at work, there's files in there that are as old as me. And because there's some really, really old C++ files in there and stuff. And, there's stuff that was written decades ago and stuff that I don't touch ever and would only randomly probably touch that one time. So there's a lot of stuff where if we didn't have documentation, a lot of that stuff I wouldn't be able to know what it does without really, really digging into the code, which eats up time. So after sound is weapon range. I just want to keep these in the same order. Ooh, speaking of weapon range, me and Taco, I don't know if he's still here, we were talking about this on kind of a game design question on how I wanted to handle the range of my guns. I had a couple different scenarios that I was kind of toying with. One of them was literally how long the bullet flies through the air. But I figured that one was going to be, with how localized the camera is, I figured that one would be insignificant because it would just be how long the bullet flies through the air and falls off somewhere, whatever. Don't think that one was the least exciting. The two ideas that I had on how I wanted to handle weapon range, and I feel like this music is too loud. I need to turn that down. That one's a loud song. Idea A was going to be, you have the game as it is right now, where you have a fixed camera zoom to the character, and then eventually the mouse won't be, this might be easier if I just straight up run the game, because you can actually see my mouse. So when you move around your mouse, eventually there'll be a different cursor depending on the type of scope that you have on your gun. And there might even, if you don't, I don't know how I'm gonna handle if you don't have it. It might just be a little dot versus a nice crosshair and stuff like that. But my first idea is fixed camera zoom. And when you're moving your mouse around, you'll see the cursor, you know where it's at. But if I move too far, say I move my mouse all the way over here, but if the gun's range isn't this far, the cursor might get locked to right here to make it, so if someone's too far away, it makes it harder to aim because you're trying to hit someone over here, but your cursor's only right here. So that was my first idea. My second idea that I really liked, but I don't know how well it's going to work in practice, is I actually wanted to make the range of the gun dictate the zoom of the camera on the player. So if you got a pistol that has a real short range, you were going to zoom in close. And if you had a sniper rifle, it was going to zoom in real far away. My only reservations about that one, even though that's the one that I think is the coolest idea, is I feel like it's going to make certain guns better than other guns strictly just because you can see more of the screen. And the problem is in real life, for example, whether you're holding a pistol or a sniper rifle, those guns don't dictate how far you can literally see. So I don't want to make it to where pistols, for example, nobody uses because you can't see anything on the screen. But I don't know. Those are the two ideas I'm toying with right now, and I'm going to try them both because I kind of really like the weapon zoom in one, but I got a feeling I'm going to settle on the crosshair one. But yeah, right now we're setting up a lot of the actual stats of the gun. Now that I have all the guns ripped apart into all their components and you can build them up and everything, now I'm applying the stats to them, so that way when those attachments are attached to the gun, they're actually going to modify what the gun does. So sound, weapon range, rate of fire, fire mode. Range, rate of fire, fire mode. I want in the correct order. After caliber, or after fiery mode is caliber. Yep. Magazine capacity and count. Is it going to come from the gun? Yeah, none of the rest of this stuff comes from the gun. Well, halfway. This is until I actually get the magazines built in. So what's happening right now when I'm setting these things is magazine capacity is weapon, not magazine size. Oh, and there's another example of, see, I can see over there now. I can see that it's just a dev thing. I need to make better documentation, because there's cool things you can do with markup or markdown and everything. But this is a prime example of it. When I highlight over something, I can see it. Like, I can see if a value I have it like is deprecated or something. Okay, so that is everything for them. Now, if I go to my attachments, attachment GD. Oh, right. Stock, magazine, handguard, grip, barrel. Okay, so like barrel can attach muzzle, muzzle location. Grip is just a class. Handguard has foregrip position. Magazine size, ergonomics. I think I actually want, and then stock. Most of these are going to stay empty, because what I can do is just pull all of the stats out into the base class of attachment, because then what I do is if the, you know, I'll just go, everything will be defaulted to 0, and then I can set it to whatever. So in hindsight, so actually what I want to do is pull you out of ergonomics. Oops. Because these classes, basically, like the ones that have nothing in it, that's a bad one. Like this one, it's purely just for typing, like polymorphism and stuff like that, and for checks later. So yeah, I think, so the attachments I want to do. For category. Or no. Data, and then this is going to be now. We'll literally, all I need to do is go back to the weapon component, and I'm going to grab caliber, firing mode, rate of fire. These are the ones that matter for now. So now back over in the engine. If I grab an actual, I've got to have a resource for one of these guys. So I have the data, and then I've got the actual stat modifiers. I wonder if can I make these drop downs? That would also be cool. I'm sure there is. There's a lot of like. What do you do? Oh, you're not gonna tell me anything. Like export placeholder? What do you do? Darn. I'll have to look into what some of these tags are. But then, because what I can do on top of that then is something like the barrel. Oh, God. All right. See, looking. Okay. Oh, hey, look, there's still. I'm gonna start calling out people. Amoeba Zoa, I see you, and I see you lurking in here. Actually, you're always. You might not actually be here. He's always lurking in Chris's stream, so he might just got sent over here. Chris is probably lurking. Fev, I saw chatting. Taco Bell is still here, but I know you're probably leaving soon. And then there's. I'm not gonna call him out, but there's one or two other people still lurking around here. And I guess it's a good time if you guys haven't. Make sure to give me a follow. Definitely appreciate it. All my socials are down below. The big one I'm really trying to push is the Discord. I've got a whopping like 5 people in there, and I'm pretty sure one of them is me, 2 of them is bots, and one of them is my old roommate from college. He's a moderator. But oh shoot, it is 4:30. So actually that was a great time to do that. So everything that I just said, that again. I will be back again tomorrow because tomorrow is a Thursday stream week. I need to update my schedule down below to reflect the weirdness of my alternating Monday, Thursday thing I got going on. But tomorrow is a day that I will be streaming. Still going to be working on probably getting these attachments working and all these stats. So thanks again for hanging out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.